Hello and welcome back to Facebook Chat. Here we have our guest, Krista Davidson, in to talk to us about how Facebook's contributions helped the Shippensburg University's Phonathon. Thank you for joining us today, Krista, and welcome here to our set.
Well, thank you.
Well, let's get things going here. So what is Shippensburg University's Phonathon and what exactly does it do?
The Phonathon is a part of our annual fund, in which we raise money for campus and Shippensburg and the most immediate needs. What we do at the Phonathon is we have 46 calling stations each evening, and they contact alumni, parents, and friends of Shippensburg and ask for contributions back.
And with those contributions, how did that help Shippensburg?
Those contributions, like I said, go to the most immediate needs on campus. Each year it's changing, but basic things, it could be anything from like a library book, like a computer in the computer lab, or even scholarships. And then we also fund joint undergraduate and faculty-student research.
And I think you mentioned it a little bit, but who exactly participates in this then?
It's all students, current students. We use them so that they can relate to the alumni and let them know what's going on campus.
Okay. So what do you do at the Phonathon? What's your title? What kind of responsibilities do you have specifically?
I am the Phonathon coordinator. Basically, I oversee all the students, as well as we have 6 student managers who manage the students, make sure everybody's on task, doing their job. And then I also calculate all the money coming in. We do statistics and reports on how many people answered the phone, how many people said yes, no, all of that stuff. So we track it each year.
Okay, and here's the big question then. Does the Phonathon use Facebook at all?
Yes, we actually just started this semester. Well, this winter I put together a Facebook page for the Phonathon.
So you are in charge of the Facebook page for the Phonathon?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And then, so has Facebook helped the Phonathon here at Shippensburg? Like, what does the page entail?
Well, we first basically started the page just as another form of communication. Like I said, all of our employees are students, and with the generation that's in college right now, basically, Facebook's one of the biggest ways they communicate. So we started that off just as another way, to let them know what's going on at work.
So you update it a lot. You include like pictures and everything like that?
Yes, we include a lot of pictures. We like to keep it light and fun in the Phonathon room. We'll do dress-up nights and funky stuff to keep them motivated on the phone. So we like to take pictures and share them, and then they like to see what goes on.
And you guys use like the Facebook wall to communicate as well? Is that part of the page as well?
Yes, I put on there, like on spring break, like remember no calling tonight, or remind them of theme nights and different things that are going on.
And can people like go there to find, if they want to work at the Phonathon, is that the place to go to like try to find a job there?
Yes, absolutely. At the beginning of this semester, we announced like when we were doing interviews, also put on there a link to the foundation's website in which they could go and find the application to apply for the job.
Okay.
All right, I have a couple questions for you as well, Krista. You mentioned a little bit about the posts that you put on the Phonathon wall. How exactly do these posts help students or anybody who might be checking out the page?
Well, it kind of like double checks me. If I forget to send an email, some of them have found out like, oh, by checking the Facebook page, what's going on. So it's kind of just, another means of communication.
All right, what other organizations are featured on the Facebook for Phonathon?
Basically just the foundation itself. We also have a link on there for the foundation's website in which you can go and directly contribute back to the foundation and donate online. So it's in coordination with the foundation and its objectives.
All right, have you found that having the foundation on the Facebook page, the link, has it helped the foundation raise more money?
We're not quite sure since it's still in its early stages. We haven't been able to track, exactly how the donations are coming in. We do have the ability to, but that's just something that our IT department has to, put together for us.
All right. Do you think that creating a Facebook page for businesses and organizations is a positive aspect, and does it have any negative aspects as well?
I think it's a positive aspect. It's a marketing tool. You could put on there your daily specials on what's going on for the day. If somebody's at work and just figuring out where they want to go to lunch, Facebook, oh well, I see Newt's Pub and Grill has burgers on special today. So I do see that as a benefit. A negative, yes, I mean there could be some publicity issues and privacy issues that could cross lines.
Does the fact that Facebook is more targeted at younger generations, does that cause a problem since you can't reach many older generations, or is that not really a...
Well, I think Facebook is changing right now. Yes, it started out as just basically a student. You had to be going to college, to be a part of Facebook. Now it's turned into more of a public just a public aspect. And basically, I know a lot of like older family members of mine are now on it, and they've been reconnecting with classmates or friends that they've had in the past, and it's nice for them to be able to get in contact with them. So I think it's changing.
All right. And do you see Facebook as a tool that people can use to work together?
Absolutely, I do.
All right. How do you think it helps people work together? At least in your case.
Well, there's different ways that you can just communicate. It goes on your phone. You can communicate at the same time as you're doing something else. Whereas if you're on the phone, it's taking time. You're concentrating on that. But you can, multitask by using Facebook and other technology.
Do you feel it brings people together since it's such an all-encompassing web page and an all-encompassing presence in our
Yeah,
culture?
Absolutely. I believe they create events so you're able to see what's going on in the community, and you're also able to join groups and like things that other people like, so you can see other people's interests and then be able to make new friends through Facebook.
All right. Well, thank you for being here today, Krista. We appreciate you coming on the show.
All right,
and
thanks.
we'll be right back after we take another break.
Welcome back. Did you know 70% of college students log into Facebook every day? Most of them do not know someone sitting right next to them could be seeing their account information as well.
Students spend many hours on Facebook a day, most of them on unsecured wireless internet. But do they know someone could be stealing their information? Tom Burke, a Shippensburg graduate student and IT assistant, knows you can't just rely on Facebook security. There are ways to view your account like sidejacking.
Sidejacking is the process by which users can eavesdrop on unprotected wireless networks to Facebook or Gmail or Hotmail. This session ID looks to be you, and so while they may not have access to your username and password, they have access to your entire account.
Facebook users think they're being safe by making their profiles private and changing their names. Elizabeth Still is a Shippensburg student who did just that.
The main reason why I changed my name on Facebook was for future job opportunities, just because I figured if my name was spelled differently, it'd be a good way to hide myself, I guess.
Like Liz, many students think that changing your name hides your information.
If somebody wants your information bad enough, they're going to find a way to get it.
There are a lot of security measures that users aren't aware of.
You aren't protected. The only way that you can really verify is whether or not the site has, as part of the web address, HTTPS as opposed to HTTP.
To prevent sidejacking, here are a few easy steps you can take. Log on to Facebook, click on Account Settings and scroll down to a section called Secure Browsing. Click the box next to it and then click Save, and your Facebook account is protected.
Everyone should monitor their Facebook privacy settings to protect themselves.
One of Facebook's recent updates is helping solve crimes. Facebook creators have added the Amber Alert system. Users can like their state's Amber Alert page and be updated via Facebook if an Amber Alert is issued in the area. The new addition has already helped solve one Amber Alert in Roanoke, Virginia. 12-year-old Brittany Smith went missing after her mother was found murdered. Police posted the alert on the Virginia Amber Alert page on Facebook with photos of Brittany and the car she was believed to be riding in. Leads began coming in from Facebook, and within a week, the girl was recovered. To find out more, go to www.facebook.com/AmberAlert.
Did you know Syria has banned Facebook to prevent an uprising by people gathering together? As Rachel Snowdy finds, Facebook has become a powerful platform for political activism across the world and here at home.
It played out just like an old-fashioned rally. State University College students descended upon the state capitol to let the governor know what they think of his education budget cuts. But the origins of this classic act of civil participation are far from traditional. They started here, on Facebook, by Shippensburg sophomore Jimmy Thren.
I mean, we had to use every resource possible. Facebook, newspapers, spread of the mouth, everything we could use.
And Jimmy's call was answered.
It's been very, very grassroots, very loosely organized, but when legislators found out we were having this many people here, they were asking Jimmy to come speak, and you can see that we've had a good representation from.
This trend in using social networking as a start for political protest resonates with students.
Jimmy had chatted me and told me about the cuts and about how he wanted to do this rally, and he asked me if I was and if I wanted to support him, and I told him I definitely did.
Social networking has rapidly shifted the center of power across the world, like the revolution in Egypt begun by its young people. Shippensburg professor Carl Lorenz studied there last year.
And through Facebook, the social network, they were able to find supporters that they couldn't really find on the streets. They were not allowed to assemble in large gatherings. I was there in Egypt. It was just a handful of people protesting in front of some government building, and the government allowed them to protest, but it never got very large and it never got very significant, and the people's demands would never be met.
These online groups gather out of reach of government control to regather and force for making positive change around the world. And these students have their way right here in Pennsylvania. In Harrisburg, Rachel Snowdy, SUTV News.
Keep checking Facebook to find out more about Pennsylvania student protests against proposed education budget cuts. We know you've been wondering how many photos are uploaded to Facebook each month. Well, we put it up on Facebook, and according to all the viewers, they elect answer D, and that is correct. Well, the answer is D, 1 billion. Check back tomorrow for another trivia question of the day to find out more Facebook fun facts.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed our show and that you learned something new about Facebook.
Thanks for joining us today in our Facebook chat. I'm Bradley Smith.
And I'm Luke Martin, logging off.